playful seals to stunning sunsets, his spot has it all. A site brimming with San Francisco history, it's Sutro's at the Cliff House.
We pretend that we don't have a view, and we have to be successful on the quality of the food, the service, and the ambiance. The fact that you get the view on top of this should be an added bonus. My name is Ralph Birkin. I work at Sutro's at the Cliff House in San Francisco. The first Cliff House was built in 1863 and it burned down in 1907. Was rebuilt by Emma Sutro in 1909. And we had a major renovation that restored the original part over in the bistro side and opened up this part here called Sutro's. There's 3 generations of my family here. My in-laws, who are the owners, they've been here for about 45 years. I've only been here for about 20 years. And my son joined the company about 5 years ago. We've had couples here that had their first date here, and I remember one instance that this couple came back 70 years later to celebrate the anniversary. And for them, we recreated the menu from that time, and we charge the same prices for it too. We are partners with the National Park Service. We are part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. And as such, we have common goals like preserving the area, the environment. Sustainability is important to us. It makes me feel really good to know that I try to contribute to keep this the way it is.
All right, David, this place is truly a landmark in San Francisco.
It is. Sutro's at the Cliff House has been around forever, and it has...
It's about 1863, so
oh
that's
my
a
gosh,
pretty
so
long
it's
time.
one of the oldest restaurants,
Right.
probably in the country. And I think that the food really matches the view, which is not typical for a view restaurant. The fish is fresh. Even the chef brings in produce that he gardens up in the wine country.
Chef Ralph actually grows tomatoes.
Yes, we had some of those in the summertime. But we went out there, it was at night, and I would suggest going at sunset so you can have the benefit of the view. But we went and we started with the Caribbean Passion, a personal favorite of mine. I love rum drinks. And here's a tip. On Tuesdays, they have half-price wine bottles.
Yes, they do.
So if you go on a Tuesday, you get a $60 bottle of wine for $30,
Right.
which is what we did. We started with the foie gras terrine, and it was like a piece of artwork on the plate. It was creamy, it was delicious, it was so tasty. I know a lot of people don't eat foie gras, but I do, and it was great.
Me too.
Yeah, okay, good. And then my husband had the White Gulf shrimp tempura, which was phenomenal, in kind of a Vietnamese vinaigrette dressing. It just had the right amount of heat and spice. It was really, really delicious. So for the main course, one of the things that I love there, it's a bacon encrusted Scottish salmon. Did you have that
I
too?
did.
So the salmon was cooked perfectly, medium rare. It was fresh. I think they were serving it with some kind of spinach or something.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, I'm not fond of spinach. Could I have the broccolini? No problem. I like a restaurant that allows substitutions. I think that's important. Then my husband had the pistachio crusted pork chop, which was so great.
That pork chop.
It was a little trafe, but it was good. It was so good.
But Eliana's over there going, y'all.
They should just rename Sutro's the Pork Chop House.
Isn't it amazing?
That pork chop.
Because you
really
go
go
for
with
the
I'm still
image,
dreaming
though.
about that pork chop.
I
So
know.
I went with 2 other friends, and one ordered the steak and one ordered the pork chop, and I ordered the salmon. But you know, we all took bites off of each other's plate, and I took a bite of her pork chop, and I almost ordered another pork chop. I was like, I don't want to be this person, but I need to have this pork chop again in my life.
See, this is
soon.
when you do the trick. Oh, look over there.
It was big, but it was so savory, and it had like the crust on the outside, but it was perfectly pink on the inside.
All right, and what about the salad?
We ordered a Caesar salad. I love when they serve a Caesar salad. It's like the whole leaf. So it's like real long and elegant. It's not chopped up and everybody's kind of muddling around to try to scrape it onto their plate. Many of us, we just picked it up with our hands and put it on our plates. But it had.
I like you.
They
go out to eat with
one
you.
of our friends is keto, so she asked for the croutons to be put on the side.
Yeah.
And they totally did that for us. And then they grated the Parmesan cheese on top. But the cheese was so fine, it looked like, little snowflakes on top. And it was just savory and grassy, and you felt like you were eating healthy, but you know that you're not. It's delicious.
That's one of the best descriptions of a Caesar salad.
Because no one serves Caesar salad and a whole leaf lettuce like that.
Let's talk about what you had to drink with your meal. Their wine list is actually very well priced.
It's incredible.
You can get a bottle of really nice wine under $30 a
Right,
bottle.
right.
So there are well priced, and then you've got half price on Tuesday night.
Tuesdays.
So you can
You
go and
know-
have a bottle of Opus One with lunch.
One of the things that really bugs me is when you go to a San Francisco restaurant and all the bottles of wine are more than $100.
Yeah,
It's
come
just
on.
like, please, we're right here in wine country.
Yeah.
And the thing about Sutro's is it's all California
all
wines.
California wines.
It's really curated well. We had the cake bread Sauvignon Blanc, and I think it's a delicious wine.
And how were those designed?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
We had their butterscotch pot de creme, which is real butterscotch, and the server explained it's made with single malt scotch.
Oh,
It's the original recipe. It had orange zest. You must have the butterscotch pot de creme if you go to Sutro's. So delicious, so rich. You can diet the next day, right?
And this place is a destination for
Yeah.
folks. What did you think about the service?
Service was great. They were efficient without being intrusive.
And what about price?
For a night out on the town, I think in San Francisco these days, that's
Yeah.
kind of a deal. So Sutro's is where the food actually matches the view.
All right. If you would like to try Sutro's at the Cliff House, it's on Point Lobos Avenue at the Great Highway in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-386-3330. It's open for lunch and dinner every day. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $60.